Arguably, San Francisco's biggest weakness is their offensive line, and that was before injuries started to stack up and Trent Williams decided to hold out. So to address this glaring deficiency, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch decided to bring in Louis Kidd. Kidd offers the flexibility to play both tackle and guard for San Francisco, and the 26-year-old has already played in 13 NFL games with 1 start. He also offers interesting potential. He's the same height as Colton Kivitz, but he's faster than him, has longer arms, and was stronger before entering the league. But are all these abilities actually enough to improve San Francisco's offensive line? We're about to find out by examining the player Louis Kidd is and what he will offer 49ers headed forward. We were first introduced to Kidd at Totinto Grace High School in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There he played defensive line and offensive line. As a senior, he was so efficient on the offensive side of the ball, he was named the most valuable offensive lineman in his entire conference. And according to 24/7 Sports, he was ranked as a 2-star recruit coming out of high school, and he had offers from South Dakota, New Mexico, Montana, and Montana State. Ultimately, he did decide to enroll at Montana State. In 2016 for the Bobcats as a freshman, he redshirted. But in 2017, he was able to see action in 11 games, starting 5 games at right guard. In 2018, he started all 13 games at right guard, but he also saw some time playing right tackle. This year, he was also named Hero Sports Sophomore All-American Honorable Mention. In 2019, Kidd was voted a second-team All-Big Sky player after starting in 15 games at guard, and he helped anchor an offensive line that led the Big Sky in rushing yards and the fewest sacks allowed. In 2021, Kidd really showed off his versatility moving from guard to tackle, and he was a consensus All-American honors his first year doing it. One of my favorite things about Kidd's college career is how he always showed up. He played in 48 consecutive starts, which was 3rd most in school history. So after completing a pretty impressive college career, Kidd entered the NFL draft in 2022. At his pro day, he came in right around 6'6", weighing 210 pounds, and he ran his 40-yard dash in 5.2 seconds and his 10-yard split in 1.79 seconds. He also put up the bench press 26 times at his pro day. All these measurements are more than San Francisco's current starter, Colt McKivitz. Kidd also has longer arms than McKivitz, coming in at 35 inches. After his pro day and entering the draft, scouts started to break down his film and they saw some positives as well as negatives. As far as strengths, it was impressive that Kidd was able to start in 48 consecutive games. He also showed off pretty great versatility, playing both guard and tackle while doing it. As far as his run blocking went, it was a definite strength. As soon as he got on the defender's chest, he wouldn't let go and often would drive him down the field pretty far. And when he was out in open space on a pole or trying to make his way up to the linebacker, he did a good job of getting his feet set and then engaging with his man rather than just being ran around. He did need to do a better job working on his pad level because often he would just get a little bit lazy, it would seem, because he would just be able to overpower his opponents. As far as Kidd's pass blocking went, he didn't give up many sacks during his time at Montana State, but it definitely needed a refinement. Specifically, he could have done a better job of timing up his punch with the defender's rush. Sometimes he would either lunge at a defender or allow the defender to get in his chest. And once the defender did get in his chest, he wasn't the best at anchoring and could have done a better job of widening out his base. Perhaps in part due to his poor pass blocking and the conference he played in, Kidd went undrafted in the 2022 NFL draft. But shortly after the draft, he did sign with the New Orleans Saints, and he was the only undrafted free agent to actually make the 53-man roster that year. And he saw action in 13 games and started 1. He also showed off his versatility for the Saints this year, playing both guard and tackle. After his stint with the Saints, Kidd signed with the Colts last year and recently signed with San Francisco. The deal for San Francisco is just a 1-year contract, but if he impresses enough, San Francisco can definitely extend him. So the real question is, what does Louis Kidd offer San Francisco and what has he shown off so far in this league? In a similar way to his college days, so far at the NFL level, Kidd has been a better run blocker than a pass blocker. Specifically, he does a good job of getting into a defender's chest and is pretty good on the move. With that being said, as a rookie, Kidd also needed to improve his strength. But this is now his 3rd year in the league, so he probably fixed that. As far as his pass blocking goes, Kidd shows off some nice reps, but also showed off he lunges at his opponent too much and doesn't anchor well enough. So as far as what San Francisco's getting, I don't think Kidd is going to come in and take McKivitz's job, but he does offer nice versatility playing both guard and tackle. I also think he could be a pretty interesting developmental piece over the long run for Chris Forrester. While he's not perfect in his pass blocking or even run blocking for that fact, if Chris Forrester is able to fix his technique in the running and passing game, then Lewis Kidd does have the potential to be a pretty good guard or tackle at this next level. As far as this year's production for San Francisco though, Kidd probably won't start for the team, but he may make a push for one of these backup roles. Ultimately though, these are just some of my thoughts about San Francisco signing Lewis Kidd to a one-year contract. And I want to hear your thoughts down below, and it would also mean a ton to me if you could like and subscribe. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.